Hi, we're getting now into the last conferences of this third day. And now we jump to South America, to Peru, to meet Dr. Paul Cabeza. This young and talented dentist got his dental degree in Peru as all of his further academic degrees. He finished his postgraduate program in oral rehabilitation in 2015, given by the Universidad San Juan Bautista of Peru. Paul searched then for an update in ceramics, which he got with Dr. Edward McLaren in 2015. Dr. Cabeza runs a private practice and has been lecturing national and internationally since 2013. I'm very happy to have him in this amazing group of speakers and to have him lecturing in a thematic that means so much to so many of the dentists that are watching this Congress. Oral rehabilitation, a conservative approach. I hope you like it. See you in a couple of hours.
Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to this International Aesthetic Master. I want to thank Joao and Rui Costa for the invitation, and I want to thank to my family, Magali and Camila, for support me in all my projects. Thank you girls, this is for you. I want to start introducing myself. My name is Paul Cabeza, I'm a prosthodontist, and this is my office. I'm here in my office, and I spend a lot of time here working 5 days a week, and I want to show a little bit of my work and a little bit of my day-to-day. Okay, this is my media networks. If you want to contact me, please use my email and my accounts. And I want to start with this video.
Ladies and gentlemen, para los que no me entienden, remember that my English is not very good looking.
As you know, my English is not very good looking, but I want to do my best to give you this lecture, and I hope you can understand me. Okay, the topic of today is oral rehabilitation, a conservative approach. Why conservative? Because we work in different substrates like enamel and dentin, and they have different properties and they have different behaviors and they have a lot of difference, so we cannot treat both structures as the same. And we need to know more about this, because when we prepare more structure, we are obtaining more problems. Dentin is a very complex tissue, and if we can avoid to prepare to dentin, it's better for us. Okay, as you can see, there's two different microscope images from my friend Lucas Naves, and they're very different structures, very different. And we need to know about adhesive systems, because when the dentistry now is in the era of adhesion. We have better adhesive systems, we have better treatments for our patients, who depends with these little bottles like adhesive systems. We have etch and rinse from 3 steps, 2 steps, self-etch, 2 steps, 1 step, universal. We have a lot of options now, and we need to know which one is the best for each treatment. You know about bond stability, acidity, degree of conversion, degradation of this adhesive. We have a lot of items to know and we cannot always use the same adhesive for all the situations. Okay, we have different situations, and we need to know how to choose the ideal for the situation. We need to know about the bond strength. In this paper of Bart van Merbeek, we can see different rates bonding to enamel and bonding to dentin, choosing from 3 steps, 2 steps, self-etch and rinse, 2 and 1 step, self-etch and glass ionomer. And this is a must for us, like a dentist. Know more about, study more about this adhesion and adhesive system, because now we are working in an era of, it's a very commercial era, and all the brands can give to us the best, the best adhesive. We can spend more time working, and we can use an adhesive from only 1 step. For me, work 1 or 2 minutes more is not a difference. I know some people who prefer to work 2 or 3 minutes more and use an 1 step adhesive. It's okay and it's okay. But for me, I think I'm still in the old school. I prefer to use Optibond FL and etch and rinse, primer and adhesive is better for me. I can sleep without problem. This is my first choice in the clinic, Optibond FL, etch and rinse, and Clearfield self-etch for deeper denting. This is my personal choice. It works for me, and if you want to use this, it's perfect. I use because it works. They have a lot of studies who support this investigation, and it's okay. For me, it's the best for the patients. We have different rates bonding to enamel and bonding to dentin. External, deeper, and cameral dentin, we have different rates lower than enamel. So if we are in a cavity, in a deep cavity, we need to know our rates will be different, and the patients need to know. We can have problem sensitivity, the bond, leaking, etc., etc. So we need to avoid to go deeper in the teeth. Okay. Another important point now is biomaterials behavior. Why? Because we always have the idea we need to put a very strong material to replace the structure, and this is wrong. We need to put a material who has the same behavior or the same properties than the structure, enamel or dentin. We have different materials and different systems. Is feldspathic ceramic, pressed ceramic, CAD/CAM, very different options to treat our patients, and we need to choose the better material for the patient, because this material is part of the successful of our treatments. Okay, look at this. We have 2 structures, dentin and enamel, and we have composite and ceramic. They have very similar properties in elastic modulus or tensile strength or compressive strength. We have to choose the material who works very similar to the teeth. So if we choose a very strong ceramic, maybe it's not the right for the tooth. It's a very important step to when we select the ideal material for every case. Okay, I will show you then in some cases. Okay, look at this. I will show you some studies about ceramics and the behavior on the time. Like this, we have a clinical evaluation of anterior and posterior crowns, lithium disilicate crowns, And look at this, we have from 96 to 100% of success rate in 6 years. The other one, we have from 100 to 96% of cumulative survival rate. This is a systematic review from 11 years. 96% is good from 11 years. The other one is another systematic review of lithium disilicate restorations, 2, 5, and 10 years, from 96 to 100% of cumulative survival rate. This other one from Barb and Merbeck again, we have in 6 years 92%, in 10 years 85%, in 15 years 82%. For me, 15 years of follow-up is very good, and 82%, very, very good. Working with a adhesive ceramic, okay? We hope, because we obtain one structure bonding ceramic to the teeth. If we cement crown with glass ionomer or a ceramic like alumina or zirconia, for my experience, we need more parallelism and more preparation, and need to reduce more structure. But if we use adhesive ceramics, we obtain a best bond strength in between the teeth and the ceramic, and this is better for the patient. And in resume, I want to show this slide. I really like it. Less is more. Less is more. It's more treatment options because we have more adhesive structures. We have more predictability because we know if we put our inlay or an onlay or a crown or a veneer, we know there is not forever. But if they fail, we can repair, we can change. But if we put a different structure, maybe it's a catastrophic fail. Okay, sorry. We have more survival rates of our treatments, and we have more aesthetics. Aesthetics. Now the patients want more aesthetics. Now the patients look in Google and came to the office and they say, "Doc, I want this kind of crown or veneer. I don't want this gray halo in my crown or my veneer. I don't want to look this brown spot in my tooth." Patients are very complex, and now it's worse because they have a lot of information. Not always the best information, but they are very, very complex from my experience. Okay, so we need to know our treatment goals. In all our rehabilitations and in all the specialties, we need to know our treatment goals. The key of our success is know our treatment goals. If we have a map, we are okay. If we don't have a map, it's like sailing without a compass. It's a problem. Okay, so we have 3 different goals in our rehabilitation. In my experience, in what I learned in the postgraduate program, and what I learned with my friends. I try to stay always with friends, with dentists, and learn from these guys, because I think I need to know more and more and more. And I have I think I'm lucky because I have a lot of friends in other parts of the world. For example, I met Joao this year in Paris. I was with Joao and Gilles Tirlet. Gilles Tirlet, for me, is a very talented dentist, and we was spend dinner, drinking some wine, and talking about dentistry and other topics. And we always learn more and more and more and more about dentistry from these masters. No, I really like to meet more people who knows more about dentistry than me, because I can learn more and more. And I think this is the objective. When I say I know everything, this day I'm growing. Okay, talking about the topics to maintain. When we have an occlusal condition with stability, we have the great amount of occlusal pairs, when the patient are symptom-free and discomfort-free. The condition to treat normally is complete occlusion pairs, crown, onlace, inlace, preserving the mandibular position, preserving the occlusal vertical dimension, and preserving the contact of patterns. Which articulator? Semi-adjustable articulator, or maybe an occluder in maximum intercuspidation, because we only want to complete some occlusion pairs, one crown, two crowns, some veneers in some cases. But if we want to modify the occlusion, we have to modify occlusal patterns, maintaining intercuspidation, maintaining the occlusal vertical dimension, and maintaining the mandibular position. We need to treat this condition. We have to modify occlusal plane, to reorganizing anterior guidance, very important, and harmonize the anteriors. The same articulator, face bow register, and maybe in maximum intercuspidation, or if you want, you can work in centric relation. And when we want to reorganize the occlusion, we need to check this point. Occlusal condition is no occlusal references, a big discrepancy between centric relation and maximum intercuspidation, and when we have severe teeth destruction. The condition to treat is modifying a new or creating a new occlusal plane, reorganizing anterior guidance, because maybe we have worn dentition or we don't have palatal surfaces. We need to reposition the mandibula and modify the occlusal vertical dimension. Which articulator? The semi-adjustable articulator and face bow. And of course, and centric relationship to use the articulator. Okay, like this case. This case is a very important case for me. This is my how can I say in English? It's complicated. This is my sister-in-law, I think. He's the dad of my brother-in-law. I don't know. This is his X-ray. He has a lot of worn dentition. He has a clip in the central incisors and a crown, a temporary crown. I think 10 years ago, Enrique put his crown and still in mouth, because he's an implantologist and he doesn't like to work with oral rehabilitation. We have in this case to modify the occlusal vertical dimension. This is the distance measured between 2 points when the occluding members are in contact. In this case, he has his occlusal vertical dimension very altered. And how we can modify increasing this vertical dimension. To the date, there is no compelling evidence supporting the pathologic consequences of altering the occlusal vertical dimension. We can increase this vertical dimension. Maybe we can have a little bit pain in the patient or problems 1, 2, 3 weeks, maybe 1 month, but it's an adaptative procedure. It's normal to the patient to have a little bit of pain in the muscles or articulation, but we can obtain a lot of benefits. We can enhance aesthetic tooth display. Patient can show more teeth, and they give to the patient a younger appearance. We can minimize or avoid the need of surgical crown lengthening because we create more space, and we don't need, we avoid the need of surgical procedures. We minimize or avoid the need for endodontic treatment, again because we create more space. If we have a tooth with extrusion, and if we increase the vertical dimension, we create more space, and we avoid to touch more teeth in this new plane. We create space for the restorative material. I can show you now a case when we reposition the mandibula, and we have a lot of space for the material. And we can rectify anterior teeth relationships because we can, as I say, replace the jaw, and we can create new anterior guidance to protect the posteriors. Because if we have an ideal situation, we have this anterior guidance and protecting the posteriors. But if we have worn dentition, we have this guidance. There's a problem for the posteriors, as you see. And this is the most common problem, I think, in my clinic or in a lot of places. People want from here to here. People want to smile and show his smile or her smile. And the posterior, what? They don't have palatal surfaces, they don't have posteriors, and maybe these words can see nice in this moment, but if you evaluate the patient in 2, 3, 5 years ago, maybe you can give a surprise. It can be a problem. Okay, back to the patient. We have this situation. This is we have 3 points in these incisors and the canine. And when I showed this picture to my endodontist, he says, perfect. When I start my root canal, and say, no, I wanted to avoid root canal. I want to do a adhesive procedure. I want to do a build up, and I want to reconstruct these teeth and maybe put some veneers to create a new surface. And he say, why? There's the camera. No, there's not the camera. There is a very, very mineralized structure protecting this camera. I do a adhesive procedure. I put some edge in the margins of enamel, and I work with the 2 steps self-edge indenting. Build up with dentin, with composite dentin, and then my technician hands do these veneers to recreate the lowers and give to the patient a new anterior guidance. We trying in the mouth, and for me it's very, very good. If we compare with the initial situation, it's very, very good. And if I have any problem with this patient and this lower incisor and the canine of sensibility or any problem, we can do a root canal treatment with any problem. But if we start our treatment with the root canal, they can be very, very different, the approach, because we start with a non-vital tooth. I prefer to stay with a vital tooth, and if they have any problem, okay. But if we can avoid this treatment, it's good for me, it's good for the patient. And in the superiors, we have this. There's the clip, there is the root. We have no ferrule or less ferrule in this tooth. And look, this is a black hole. This is a brown teeth. And normally people think, oh, we have no ferrule, we have a dark substrate, we can extract and put an implant. Maybe it's an option, but if we think we can put in the root some material who have the similar behavior, like in this study from Silas Duarte. If you can check in the letter A, we have an intact tooth. B is carbon fiber, C glass fiber, D zirconia, E stainless steel, titanium, and cast metal. The best materials for the root canal, like a post or reinforced post, is the carbon fiber and glass fiber. The other one, zirconia, stainless steel, titanium, and cast metal, have a lot of stress into the root. And you know, stress into a root is a future implant, you know. But if we can avoid the use of post, is better, because the post is only a retainer into the root canal. But if we can work avoiding this, I think it's better, because we need to create space to put a post. And when we create a space, we are removing structure. Okay, look at this study. Pascal Magne and two of my friends, Priscilla Salazari and Marco Carvalho, do this study, and they evaluate three different situations: a tooth, a root with ferrule and a post; another one with ferrule and no post; another one with no ferrule and a post. And they have three different points: a reparable fracture, a possibly reparable, and catastrophic. And if you can see in the middle of the table, you have, when you have ferrule effect and no post, you have more possibility to repair this damage. But if you put a post with ferrule or without ferrule, the catastrophic damage is almost the 100%. And if we can avoid to put post, please do it, because the patient will thank to you. Okay. The conclusions are: the insertion of a fiber reinforced post doesn't enhance the load-bearing capacity and survival of ceramic crowns. Yes, doesn't enhance. In presence of a glass fiber post, the catastrophic failure was often preceded by the cyclic opening of a wide gap between the crown and the structure, or the crown and the root, or the crown and the post. Catastrophic failure. The least amount of unrestorable failure was found with the direct core buildups from a light curing composite without a fiber reinforced post. Without a fiber post. And the absence of a ferrule was not compensated for by the use of a fiber post. Some people think, oh, okay, we don't have ferrule, okay, let's put a post. Of course, when we don't have ferrule, is the worst situation. But our work as dentists is trying to save the tooth. So if we want to build up this core, we can use only a build-up material, and because the absence of ferrule was not compensated by a fiber post. Okay, we can avoid this. Look at this case have a veneer in the 2.1 teeth, in the number 8 or 9, sorry. We can see, look at this palatal image. They have a fracture. They have an palatal access, and as you can see, they have fracture in the root. Why? Because he has no margins, he has no ferrule, and he created more space for the post. Final treatment, implant. This can be a problem. Okay, back to the patient. We have this. We have 6 anteriors. We made the core with composite resin. My technician do a crown structure with a preparation in the buccal area to create a similar color and to get a similar structure and similar color for the substrate, and then he made the veneers, and we have 6 veneers and 1 crown. This is the veneers, the structure of the crown, and the veneer in the crown. We bond this veneer out of the mouth, and then we bond the crown. Okay, all the adhesive procedures: hydrofluoric acid 5 to 9%, 90 seconds in feldspathic, 20 in lithium silicate. Because we have different structures, we have very different structures in the ceramic, and as I say, we need to know more about these adhesive procedures. We need to clean all the debris before the etching, and we can use phosphoric acid for 60 seconds because we need to clean these debris. Like this study says, the omission of the post-etching cleaning results in more than 50% loss of bond strength, from 49 megapascals to 24 megapascals. Can be a problem. We need to take 1 or 2 minutes cleaning the ceramic to obtain a better result. Silane, only 1 coat, and air. And we have the 3 steps: hydrofluoric etch, phosphoric acid, and silane. Then we are looking for this kind of properties in our bonding material: effectiveness, aesthetic, easy handling, and longevity. Okay, this is a resume, and I really like to use this preheated composite because they have a lot of clinical benefits, like monomer conversion, increase the fluidity of the material, decreases polymerization time, improve the mechanical quality, decrease marginal degradation, facilitates polishing between tooth and restoration, reduce cost, is easy, the shade selection, and they have compatibility with all the adhesive systems. Okay, there's a lot of studies support this option of bonding procedure. This Dr. Daronch have a lot of studies about this topic. Like this, they study the preheated composite and the temperature effect on monomer conversion and contraction stress. If you see the first image, we have in 22 seconds 15% of monomer conversion, and in the other bar we have in 60 degrees, just in 5 seconds we have better monomer conversion than the other one in 20 seconds. We are increasing the monomer conversion in time. Okay, or this another study, the ceramic strengthening by toning the elastic moduli of resin-based luting agents. When we use a composite resin as a bonding material, the preheated composite, the composite absorbs the forces between the tooth and the ceramic, and we avoid the fracture in the ceramic. It's better for the material. or this other one from Silas Duarte and Neymar Sartori. They evaluate 4 different systems: NX3 from CARE, Clearfield Aesthetic from Curaray, Unisem 2, and C250 from 3MSP. We have different laboratory studies recreating the cycles of brushing teeth. In the first image, in the first row, we have the intact bonding interface. In the second one, we have 10,000 cycles of brushing, and the third one, we have 100 cycles of brushing. Now, as you can see, the surfaces are very, very irregular in the first 3, and the last one, we have a better surface. Why? Because the composite resin is a material prepared to be in contact with the oral environment. The resin cement, no. The resin cement is just to bond to a structure, but we need to think about this interface between the composite or the ceramic and the tooth and this adhesive area. This adhesive area, with time, they have a lot of degradation and a lot of leaking because they start to broke and leak. But if we have a material, a very hard material, who are increasing his properties with temperature, I think it's better for our treatments. Okay, look at this one and this one, very, very different images. So we try the ceramic, we do the adhesive procedure in our teeth, and we have this. We bond the veneers, we bond the crown, and if you can see, the margins of gingiva is a little bit different because we have a long lip who cover his gums, and we have no problem like this. And the benefits of work with a crown and then a veneer is we have the same value, and for aesthetics is better for the patient. Look at the before and after. He has implants in the posteriors, and we are rehabilitating these implants. But if you can see the anteriors and the new anterior guidance, look at the vertical dimension. Look how much of the lower we can display. It's very different, right? Because we create more space, increasing the occlusal vertical dimension. Look at this. When he's smiling, he cannot show the margins. I avoid to do a surgical procedure because if my family, he doesn't need to have two perfect central incisor to show. He has 65 years old. It's good for him. He's happy with his smile. Okay, we can avoid different invasive procedures just for our ego to have the perfect tooth or the perfect symmetric. Think more about the patient. Okay, this is another case. I treat this patient in Quito, in Ecuador, in another city. He came to the office and he has this situation. Look at this, look at his anterior guidance. When we try to guide this chair to centric relationship, we have this space. Look at this. But this is not his relation. He has posterior contacts, and we can remove the third molar, and we obtain a different relation. We use a jig to reposition the mandibula and create a new space for our treatments. And this is our new situation. We really need to remove more teeth. We really need to prepare some teeth in this situation. We have enough space for whatever we want. Okay, we have space. Look at this and look at this. This is the first image is the contact in posteriors, and when we remove the third molar and guide the patient for a better position, this is our new initial plane. Okay, we take the register. I like to work with two materials: this bioregistration material or PMA, Duralay. Both are very good to create a hard register for our technicians. Because if we use wax or different silicone material, it's very soft and we can have problems with the register. Okay, we take the register of the new position of the mandibula, mount the models in the articulator, and we to the lab to create a digital WhatsApp, to create guides or guide for preparations, and start the procedures. This is the situation, and we have to start with this tooth. We have root canal treatment in both of the right incisors, composite resin, cavities, wear dentition, the same in the lower cervical lesions, wear in the incisors, and we start with this situation. We check the guide, the posterior guide preparation. We have enough space in the number 8. We try the mock-up, and we prepare to the mock-up. We make the initial marks in the vestibulate in the buccal surface. I really like to do this. I like to have to check the diameter of the burrs. We check have to measure our point of preparation to have the exact size of the burr, and we can prepare without any risk to touch more teeth that I need. We have 0.3 in every side of the burr, and we need to know which burr we can use in this situation. Okay, we prepare the buccal surface, the incisor surface, the incisal. We reduce the buccal area, all the buccal area, and we have this. Maybe you can see it's a lot of preparation, but no. I prepare just what I need because we have a dark tooth and I have a full of composite tooth. When I remove what I need, I have very thin area of enamel or dentin I need to remove because I need to create an ideal preparation for my crown or veneers. Maybe I can rebuild to create more parallelism and obtain more retention. But if we trust in additive materials, I think it's good enough, and I don't want to create a double interface between teeth and build up and ceramic or composite or whatever you want. I prefer to use only one adhesive interface to avoid problems. Okay, we take the color of the lateral, we take the color of the another central incisor to create this crown. We create a crown. Okay. We create a crown with a preparation for a veneer. The lab sent to us palatal veneers, We bond the crown, we bond the palatal veneer, as you can see in another image. Now the veneers in the buccal surface, and for the posteriors we work with ceramic too. Look at this, there's the twining of the veneers. No, sorry, this is the veneer just bonded. As you can see, the gums are a little bit red. We bond the veneers, we bond the overlays in the posteriors, and this is our final situation, immediate final situation. 5 days later, look at the gums, look here, and look now. It's better. This work was made by the ceramist Guillermo Guerrón from Ecuador. His work is amazing. There's his veneers from 0.2 or 0.3 and just makeup. And in the mouth, if you can see, is a very, very nice result. Before and after, the patient are very, very happy. And now I need to do a follow-up for years because he need to change some temporary crowns and implants, and we need to check his occlusion because this kind of initial situation is not for free. He need to be controlled and a follow-up it's very, very important to him. Okay, and another case, this is a more simple case, not like the other one, just to show how important it is to manage the spaces and the materials and the adhesive systems. He is a patient, he wants to improve his smile. As you can see, he has composites, he has brown stains and problems with his smile, and he really doesn't like. We take some models and some pictures. My ceramists do a new workshop to recreate the ideal situation, and he told me, "Doc, if you want to do the mock-up, you need first to remove these areas because we have more structure, we have composite, we have different shapes of tooth. We don't really need." Okay, so he sent me this model. I prepared in the mouth before the mock-up. Then we tried the mock-up and the patient really liked it. So our preparation was guided just by the mock-up and palatal guidance and silicone guides. This is the preparation. We are evaluating the preparation, and we send the impression to Hans, my technician. This is the step-by-step, the veneers in wax, then the ingot IMAXpress MTA1 from the oven, and the veneers. He used different ceramics to recreate the mamelons and effects and different structures of the teeth. We really like to work as I say, at the old school. We prefer to use more ceramic, more feldspathic ceramic, or more effects from inside the ceramic than work with CAD-CAM and just staining or some, because it worked for us. It worked for us. I know a lot of people who love to work with CAD-CAM and CEREC and another brand. It's okay. If it worked for you, good. But I prefer to work in model and handmade ceramic, and it is better for our results. Okay, they put the ceramic into the oven. Then we have different structures, hand work with this ceramic. For me, this is very, very, very complex work. No, I really admire his work, and I don't know what to say. I really like his work, and I think most of the big part of my successful is because of him, of his work, and he dedicates a lot of time in his work. He is very, very, very obsessive with his work. If he doesn't like something, he repeats. And this is good for me and for him and for the patient. Okay, so we have the veneers, we have the situation in the mouth. We almost remove a little bit of enamel to creating space, and we try the veneers. This is a dry try-in. They are still moving in the mouth. We isolate all the mouth, and we bond the veneers. We have this new situation. If you can see them, the details, mamelon, halo, the reflexive area are very, very natural. We work always with isolation because it's better for me and for the patient. I have more control. It's easy to work. It's better for the patient. It's better for me, and it grants more. It's a better result in the time. Okay. This is the final situation. This is in the smile. And this is the patient with his new smile. Okay, this is the before and after. So, if we can see the most important topics in this lecture, if you can say as conclusions, in the first, always increase or occlusal vertical dimension. If you can increase, do it, because you will avoid a lot of problems. You will avoid more treatment for your patients. You need to learn more about the biomaterials. You need to know more about new ceramics, new composites, new materials, because dentistry is changing every day. We need to read more about this. We need to learn how to handle our different substrates, different adhesive systems, different ways to optimize our substrates. We need to learn how to handle these substrates, because if we know about the substrate, the adhesive system, and the restoration, we are good. And of course, we need to learn more about adhesive procedures. It's very important. I have a lot of friends who told me, Paul, I'm trying to do adhesive procedures like bonding veneers or bonding crowns or inlay or onlays, and it doesn't work. I prefer to use crowns, to prepare and put crowns. It's okay. But why they don't choose adhesive? Because they doesn't know the protocol. They doesn't know all these steps. If you respect these steps and the protocol, it'll be okay. To avoid one or two steps, there's a problem. Okay? So, I want to say thank you to you, to Rui and Joao for the invitation and for your time. You have again my media networks, and that's all. Thank you very much.